Okay, now how did you end up in Houston? How did you connect with Lil Troy?
So after I split from No Limit Records, I was putting out, Me and Mine Entertainment's my label. We were putting out a lot of records, down south because we sold a lot. So, any of the King George projects I was doing and any of that stuff, and we were doing compilations and albums. We were selling a lot in the South. So Southwest Wholesale, we were probably, if you look at Southwest Wholesale between 96 and 99, most of the records that were on their top 20 of most sold records was a Me and Mine Entertainment album because we were dropping albums consistently. So, some people know Mean Green. Mean Green put out an album, a gold album through No Limit Records. When we split, Mean Green was real cool about, still having a relationship with me, obviously loyal to P, but still having a relationship with me. He introduced me to Troy because Troy was trying to promote another record. He was trying to promote the Mass 187 record. So I went down to Houston. We spent some time. I actually wound up spending a couple days, 2 or 3 days at his house. We hung out and we just clicked. It was kind of similar to the way I clicked with Master P when we first met. We just clicked. We had this relationship. We both wanted to do something special. I was already selling albums and doing well, and he was selling albums, but wasn't really selling a lot. He was doing a few thousand copies here and there. So when he was done with Mass 187, he almost quit. Troy almost quit the business. So Troy was like, man, I'm done with this. I could find something else to do and make more money. And what happened was I told him, I said, look, man, I said, dealing with these artists are difficult because everybody thinks you should be given everything. And a lot of times artists don't work hard. One thing I loved about being a No Limit, everybody worked hard there. P was not going to allow people not to work hard. And that's what I love. C Murder, Silk the Shock, everybody, King George, everybody was a part of No Limit. Servon, everybody who was part of No Limit worked hard. There was no lax, kind of like we're gonna just do whatever. It was you work hard or you're not gonna be a part of the team. So I told Troy, I was like, look, man, these artists aren't gonna work hard. So we need to do an album for you. So we talked about doing my album, my Big Fish in a Small Pond was the album I was thinking about doing, and do one for him. So we said, hey, let's do your album. And we're going to put this album together. I'm going to distribute it. We're going to get it out to the world, and we're going to blow this thing up. And then that's when he started working on the record, and we started working on putting the project together. And it was like this 3-prong approach with Troy. So Troy was responsible for producing the record with Grimm. I was responsible for distribution and retail marketing. And there was another guy named Stan Cobble, aka SK. He was responsible for the street team aspect of it. So this 3-prong approach is what made that album go. And I mean, that album was selling so hot. It was absolutely, I mean, before it even went to Universal, we were almost gold. And in fact, and if Troy wasn't, he got a little bit of trouble. He got a little bit of legal trouble, and he needed cash. To kind of continue to work with that. So he wound up deciding, like, hey, man, I'm going to go and think and allow Republic and Universal to take this thing to the next level and get it platinum. But if he would have held out, we were close. We were within 100,000 units of going gold independently. We were going to have to spend a little bit more money to work on the second video and all that stuff, but I guarantee we would win gold independently. I probably would have gotten more money for him if we would have did it that way.
Yeah, man, that was a big record.
Absolutely.
Right now, like you say, 96 to 99. Did you get a chance to interact or meet Fat Pat or Screw or any of them?
Yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time with Screw. I spent time with Fat Pat. I love those guys. I spent time with Screw at Screw's house. We'd be over there playing pool, hanging out. Cats would be knocking on doors, wanting to get taste from him. It was like those days were really, really cool. So I spent time in Houston. I love the Screwed Up Clique. I love like producers like Jaime. Like all those guys were incredible people who really I don't think DJ Screw gets enough credit. Like people know Screw, but this man created a whole new genre of music, man.
Right.
Like think about that. This man created a whole new genre of music. So I connected, so he was connected with Wendy Day. I know you spent some time and talked to Wendy Day. I connected him to Wendy Day and she made her aware of him and him aware of her, just like Cash Money. Like Wendy was like hearing about these guys. I said, oh yeah, these Cash Money dudes are the one, and connecting them. So that's the whole thing. Like Screw created a new genre of music that nobody really quite understood. But man, it was hot. It blew up. Like he screwed a project for me. I did a Wet Boys album. And he screwed a project for me, and I just it just everything he did was just different. You could hear it. You could hear it in the sound. You could hear the way he would chop a record up. You know, you think about that 3 in the morning album he did that was just legendary, and you think about Hawk and Fat Pat and all. Like man, those dudes were special. And it's like, you know, you think it's like it's been so long since Pat's been gone. It's been so long since Hawk's been gone. And it's just sad that those guys had to lose their life because I mean, man, Pat was on this ascension that was just next level. I think Pat would have probably been one of the biggest stars in hip hop ever if he would have allowed to be still on this planet, because he just had that kind of sound. He had that sound. He had that voice. He was just an incredible artist, an incredible person.
Wow, man. Rest in peace to Pat and rest
Yeah.
in peace to two legends.